Sprite Castle. Sprite Castle. Sprite Castle. Sprite Castle.
Hey everybody, how's it going tonight in the Sprite Castle basement here? We've got a fun little game I'm going to be playing tonight. It is called Up and Down, which is not nearly as dirty as it sounds. I was trying to look up when Up and Down was released. Up and Down is a old arcade game that I remember playing. It looks like 1983 was when it was released in the arcade, and quickly got ported to the Apple II. There is an Atari 2600 version. But the best version, as we all know, for every single game is the Commodore 64 version. So I see a couple people already showed up in the chat tonight and the stream, including Steel Rat 666, who I want to give a special shout out to, because if you've listened to any of my podcasts, watched my streams, read my books, any of those things, you know that I am constantly mentioning, quote unquote, as I always refer to him, my buddy Jeff. And so my buddy Jeff has joined us tonight. So you are all in the presence of greatness. Not me. But Jeff. So, you know what? Actually, before I pull this game up, let's see. Let's go over to our games. And I believe, and it's funny, the things that I remember and the things I don't remember. I don't remember what I had for lunch today. But if we go to, I believe it was on disc 39. So let me take a look and see if that is actually true before I pull this up. 35, 39. It is disc 39. So let me see if I can open this up. So I played this game a lot as a kid, and I think one of the reasons that I played it a lot as a kid is because it was on the same disk or the same floppy disk that my terminal program was on. So I guess there's no audio. You know what? I don't have any audio when I go over to the picture. Hang on. Let me see if I can get this right real quick. Well, I don't. You're right. I don't have any audio over there. You know, I screwed up all my audio things. I deleted my my audio inputs. You know what? Let me see if I can fix this on the fly. Hang on here, everybody. This is how we roll here on the Sprite Castle. And by that I mean not well. All right, let's go audio Blue Yeti mic. Let's copy that, and then let's go get this over here. Hang on. Check, check. Hello. Hey, here we go. All right, that's a little better. What am I doing? Yes, this is not an original. This is an original Jack Flack disc. Gosh, so let me see. What was I saying? So this is disc 39 from the old Flack archives. This is my actual disc from when I was a kid. I was just talking about how I think the games on this disc got played a lot because originally I believe I had a terminal program on here as well. I don't see it on the label, but so it was always on a disc, that I constantly use. We've got Friday the 13th, which, as I've mentioned before, my buddy Jeff and I would play sometimes in his bedroom. We would turn the lights out. We would try to make it super scary. And sometimes his dad would sneak up behind us and surprise us or occasionally conk us in the head. So that was Friday the 13th. Break Street, I was just saying. And thanks for letting me know I didn't have audio over here. The problem was that I had two audio settings or audio inputs on, and so I deleted one off all of them, and it looks like it was the wrong one. So Break Street is a breakdancing game. It is it's much better than the break dance game from Epics that I played a few streams ago. Lawn Mowing is a game that's written in BASIC, which is not very fun. Burger Time is a really good port. Lazy Jones is a platform type game. I think it's a single screen type game where you go around and do stuff. Mr. Deuce Castle, and then Gateway to Appshy. I mean, this disc right here, first of all, has about $500 worth of software on it. And I mean, just one disc. I've said this before in streams, but if there were, if internet went out tomorrow, I mean, permanently, if they said, there will be no more games released ever, and you can never buy another game, you can never download another game, I would say, all right, I got plenty to do. The Commodore 64 has somewhere around 20,000 games available, and I think at some point in my life I've downloaded all of them, so I would not be hurting for games. So, all right, let's get over to tonight's game, which is, and you know what? Tonight's game wasn't on that disc. What am I thinking? Why did I even? I thought for sure that was the right disc with up and down. Oh well, now you got a slideshow for nothing. The show is off the rails tonight. Things are not going well. I'm not gonna lie about that. Let's bring up and down here. I just paused this in the background here. This is a 2014 release of Up and Down, so this is not the version that I had when I was a kid. I mean, it's the same game, but this is a updated version where someone has trained it and done all these different things. You can see they've added all these different cheats that you can press these keys. You can get infinite lives. You can turn cars on and off and stuff. I think a lot of those things are fun if you're trying to see how far you want to get in the game, if you want to see all the levels and things like that. But I plan on leaving all that stuff off. I don't want to do any of those things. I just want to get to... Now, this is interesting because it says press the little Commodore back arrow to start the game, but I don't know what that is on a PC keyboard. I may have to find a different version of this game. This is literally the worst episode so far. Oh, there we go. It's Shift and Shift tilde. That's a good one to remember. A techno hit that came from the Lazy Jones. I'm not familiar with that. Lazy Jones, I think, is one of those games that was bigger in the UK than it was in the US. It was not a big game here in the US. That music is playing super fast, and I'm wondering if oh, that's better. This is this is not me playing. This is the opening demo. So if you've never played Up and Down, the point is, as you can see up there at the top, there are 16 flags. And there's 16, 4, 5, 10. There are 10 flags. And there are different colors. And so you're going to be driving, following this path as we go ever upward, trying to collect all 10 flags. You can see how many extra buggies we have up there. And we have the logo up and down and Sega. Now, when you're driving forward in your buggy, you can jump. You can go in reverse, but you cannot jump when you're going backwards. And so that will become a strategy point that will come into play. So we're going to leave it on easy, one player, joystick, and we're just going to press the button. And I think I'm probably in the wrong joystick port too. Literally nothing else has gone right tonight. So let me go in and make sure my joystick settings. Yep, got joysticks all set up. Joystick 1, joystick 2. We've got let me see. Keyboard, we went joystick. First letter to set options, action button to start. And I'm on joystick port 1, which is doing nothing. So let's go to joystick port 2, which is also doing nothing. Let's see if I have another copy of this stupid game. Why is this? You know, it looks easy. You just say, just play a game online. Load it up. How hard can it be? Yeah, boy. All right, let's see if I have a different copy over in this directory here. Up and down. Is this the same version? Let's find out here. You've been considering adding this to your C64 cartridge collection. Well, I will tell you that one thing is if it was on a cartridge, it would load a lot easier. You wouldn't be having all these problems, so that would be good. It is a really good arcade port, I will say that. It's one that... all right, this says press... There we go. Press button to start. We've started, and the buggy is going. So, yeah, this is... a game, I definitely played this a lot. Now, I have a basic strategy. I don't know if it's the best strategy, but I kind of follow the path. I'm going super slow right now because of this stupid purple buggy in front of me. But I will go through the course in the left-hand side here, and then it wraps around. And then I will come back around. I'm going to go backwards. Now, remember, when you go backwards, you can't jump. That's always a danger point there. So we will go... I go to the left... And now watch this. Murder. That's one thing you didn't think you'd be seeing in this game, huh? Is murder. Me just squashing people to pieces. That car always looked like a computer chip driving around to me. But so anyway, what I'm doing is I'm going to be driving through the course on the left hand. Now you got to get enough speed to get up these big hills like that. You'll slow down, and if you're not going fast enough, and you'll speed up, watch this, when you go down the little thing there. So I'll speed back up. So you'll kind of notice when we start hitting these, when you see those white flags, you'll know that those are colors that we've already got. Now we haven't quite wrapped around the course yet, but we're getting close. And so we'll go, and then once we notice that we've wrapped around right here, and so then I could just kind of switch over to the other. Oh, there's a green one that I'm going to need. Oh, this is dangerous. Oh. Yeah, I was trying to avoid that guy. My wife deals with road rage by... And now that I've died, you start at the beginning again, so I'll just go over to the right-hand side and pick up everything else. It's very difficult to play games and read chat windows at the same time. That is something... I've definitely learned from the old Sprite Castle. My wife, when she drives, pretends like she has lasers in her eyes. And so when people cut her off, she just goes pew pew and pretends like she's shooting people with her eye laser cannon, she says. And you don't have any lasers in this game, But yeah, you do just get to continually smash other drivers. I mean, we don't even know these people are... Now, here's a problem. There we go. I mean, we don't even know that these are bad people. They don't necessarily have bad intentions for us. They just happen to be on the road. And they're not like... oh, there's that green one again. But they're not like our enemies or anything. But that doesn't prevent us from literally mass murder. Just wiping out, you know... I mean, the headlines tomorrow will be, you know, insane Doom Buggy driver. Just slaughters, you know, everyone. Yeah. While I'm sitting here playing, I can tell you that when I was younger, I owned a Doom Buggy, which Steel Rat knows all about because he... and I drove it just like I'm driving this one. I had a Doom Buggy. It was a... looked a lot like Speed Buggy. It had no doors. It had no top. It had a roll bar. It had 2 buttons on the dash. One for headlights and one to turn wipers on and off. And it had 2 gauges. One for gas and one for speedometer. And that was all that was on the Doom Buggy. And I got the Doom Buggy as my primary vehicle, my daily driver. So you got... And the other thing I should say is that you can kind of change directions while you're in the air. See, so I can start by going forward. There we go. And roll back, you know, if somebody's coming up behind me. So I had the Doom Buggy. I love the Doom Buggy. I purchased it right after my parents said it was time for me to buy a, grow up and buy an adult vehicle. And so I proved them wrong and I bought a Doom Buggy. And I did not have the Doom Buggy very long. The Doom Buggy broke down on the side of the road one day and I left it there and thought I would come back and get it the next day. And when I came back the next day, the Doom Buggy was gone. So we were never quite sure if the car had been impounded or stolen, but there was no record of it being impounded by the city. And so it kind of looks like it was stolen. And the good thing was that I had liability insurance on it. And I had just bought the car and had taken out a 2-year loan. And so I had to pay the loan off over 2 years for a car that I did not own. Well, how did that go? Oh, wait, I didn't even set up my own gag here. There we go. So, how did that go? It's funnier when I set it up, I guess. Oh, boy. Rough Sprite Castle tonight. I'm trying to make a list of anything else that could go wrong. That's it. I'm going to get fired from my own show. That would not be good. So we will give this another shot here. Of course, like a lot of arcade games, you get more points. You got to stay on the road. That's what I was going to say. Like a lot of arcade games, you have to stay on the road. No, there's a bonus timer that's happening in the background here, and you can't see it counting down. It's really hard to multitask. Multitasking is, I would say underrated, but it's kind of overrated. Alright, let's do that. Get this guy. So this timer is counting down in the background, which we can't see, but at the end of the level, you will get points awarded depending on how long it took you to collect all the flags. Now you can do them more quickly if you learn the pattern, which I knew when I was 13. I don't know it anymore, but oh, that was stupid. You never want to do this. This never ends well. When you roll backwards down that, because you go so fast and you can't jump. I just want to demonstrate. This is like a demonstration of how not to play the game, unfortunately. I haven't played this in a long time. This used to be a favorite of mine. It's a small game and it loads really quickly, and it's just kind of a an arcade port that's fun to play. So let's see if we can get that guy. There's also, it's kind of, if you look at it, what's interesting about the animation of the cars is there's not that much animation to them. There's just that little hint of movement with the white lines on the back of the tires that kind of go back and forth in between those two frames, which is kind of interesting that they it gives that illusion of movement without really having to do too much. Now, I haven't really shown this yet. I'll show you here in a second when it comes up. So that's where we wrap around and we can see that, okay, we've got everything on this side. And we can make the shift over to the other half of the track here. But what I was going to show you is that when the track, well, it's a bad spot. But you could jump in between the lanes is what I was going to show you. Alright, there we go. Probably no bonus, I'm guessing, on this one here. No bonus! What do we think about that? Stupid game. Alright. Alright, let's see if we can actually make it through level 2 as well. That would be nice. This is not a show for people that want to learn the secrets of high scores in video games. This is more like a virtual version of Blood on the... Oh, like this is a bad... Oh, I almost got killed. So this is what I was talking about, is where you can jump from that side to that side. This is like an 8-bit version, I guess, of Blood on the Highway. This is the program they would show to children before they... when they were taking their driver's ed. And they would be like, don't be like this guy. They would just show me playing this game. Speaking of driving, my daughter today, didn't have anywhere to go there, took her first, yeah, I didn't have enough speed for that either. Let's back up and try that again. Oh, there we go. My daughter took her first driving lesson today. My daughter is not quite 15 and a half, but almost. I'm waiting to see if that guy rolls backwards. Nope, we're good. And she has done a little bit of driving with her mother, but not a lot. Oh, gosh. I would like to say that that there's lag in this game, and that's why I'm doing so bad, but it's not true. This game is very reactive. It's very good. It plays very well. So let's take a look here. I'm trying to see if there's a... You know what I'm going to do? Because everything else has gone so well tonight, let me see if I can do this. I'm going to try... to switch something on the fly. And we've seen up and down for the Commodore 64. And now you can hear it. I'm going to close it. And I'm going to, let me see if we can do this on the fly. I think I can. Yeah, alright. It's not quite ready, but let me switch this over. And this is the arcade version. Since we have played the Commodore 64 version, I'll give you a point of reference. This is too loud. And so let's dump that volume at about half. So you can see this is the arcade version. It plays, it's much faster right off the bat, that you can see. What else do we have here going on? You can see, other than that, I mean, the graphics of this, are a little bit better. Obviously, it's has a little bit better color depth, and and better, you know, the graphics again, the buggy and stuff like that. Up, down. It's always a pain when game developers use cute spellings for their games, and then you have to go try to find that game. This game is officially spelled UP''N space down, up and down. So if you're searching for it and you type up and down or anything like that, you won't find it. Well, let's give her a go here and see what happens. We'll coin her up. I think I should just be able to play with the keyboard here. Yep. So yeah, immediately you can see that it's a lot faster. Your jumps on the other game are almost like you're in a low gravity situation. So this is your jumps are they're not as high, and they go much more quickly. Oh. And you got to keep fingers on all 4 arrow buttons here. Actually, yeah, I guess I do. I was thinking I might not need slow down. Who needs brakes in driving games? That's ridiculous. Oh, now see this guy. So he's coming up fast, so you can do that little thing and let him get by. Yep. You have to, because your jumps are so much shallower on this version, it's a lot less forgiving when you're trying to do that jump between different tracks. Let me see if I can do this here. Yeah, like that. See? And you can see that the music is a little slower on the Commodore 64, but it's pretty accurate. I mean, oh, you dope. Why would I do that? There must not be a high score. Must not have saved any high scores, because there's no way that's deserving of a high score. Alright, let's give this another run here. Let's drop a quarter in here. Yeah, you're right. This is, you know, in the Commodore version, you can choose between easy, intermediate, and hard, but you don't get that option. You drop your quarter in and take your chances. Oh, look at that. I'm not going to lie and say that was on purpose, but I'm not going to tell you that was luck. Now, the course wraps around... I don't know if it wraps around more quickly or if it's just because I'm going quicker. This is much more deadly maneuver on the arcade game usually. Oh, why did I do that? Oh, no, that was a flag car, so we didn't see that yet on the other version, but there are cars driving around with flags on them, and you'll notice it when there's only like 1 or 2 colors that you need left. Oh! Tricked me. What are we down to? Blue and green. There's the blue. And there's the green. I couldn't find the other button real quick. All right. All right. This is a lesson in avoiding the flags. This is how, if you want to see, how quickly you can get through the maze without getting any flags. That's the. Hey, Lord Soup, how are you doing? We are playing some Up and Down tonight. We just played the Commodore 64 version, which I will probably return to here in a moment. Golly, that guy's speeding. That did not seem to be doing a safe speed. Game over. And Lord Soup, as I had mentioned earlier, before some of the other people arrived, I have talked on all my podcasts and all my shows and streams. At some point I end up mentioning my buddy Jeff, and my buddy Jeff is in the house tonight, and so in honor of his attendance here, I have put on probably the worst episode of Sprite Castle that I've done. I think I got nerves. I got stage fright. Can you do that? I don't have a stage. I just have a virtual thing here set up. I guess it's a virtual stage. this flag. Let's get that flag. I like that Up and Down takes place in a town of 3 different types of cars. There's a buggy. There's a pickup. Do we see the microchip car like we saw in the computer version? Not sure. Oh, look at that. I'm getting that purple flag. I'm getting that guy's bumper. And, oh gosh, we were talking about the Doom Buggy that I owned. Now, the Doom Buggy that I owned did not look like this. The Doom Buggy I owned looked a lot more like the Doom Buggy on Speed Buggy. And I bought it, I got a good deal on it because I bought it right before the winter. And I did not have a garage where I lived. So I just kept my little Doom Buggy out in the driveway. And I left a plastic Tupperware bowl, a large bowl, in the passenger seat because I don't want to go back for that. The Doom Buggy would fill up with snow. It would snow, and I would come out to my car, and there would be a foot of snow inside my car, and so I would use the plastic bowl to scoop out the snow before I drove to work. Also, when I said that it had 2 switches, one for wipers and one for headlights, that's literally the only options that were in the Doom Buggy, which meant no heater, no air conditioning, no anything. I mean, why would I have air conditioning? I didn't have windows or doors, so it would seem like it would be obvious that there's no air conditioning. But yeah, so I would I had this stocking cap that was like, remember when these were popular for a while in the 90s? I think the stocking cap that would be super long, and I had one of those, and I would drive, and it would kind of flap around in the wind, and yeah, it was good times. And then the Doom Buggy got stolen. So I guess that little that thing right there, I guess that's kind of the same as the microchip car. Saw that guy coming. Game over. Look at that though. Better than the last score. Kind of a happy little ditty. Oh no. This is important. This means something. Look at those high scores. Yes, so Jeff and I and some other friends, I forgot about that. We used to play a game called Freeze Out. Actually, we played it one time. I think Jeff was in the back of, my mom had a convertible LeBaron, and so sometimes late at night we would go out and play Freeze Out, which is you would just put the top down on the convertible and roll down all the windows and turn on the air conditioning and just see who thought they were going to die first. I mean, I didn't say it was a great game. It certainly having access to my mom's convertible made it better. But yeah, you could certainly play that, and the old, oh, why did I do that? I just jumped right into... It's funny that this car has been equipped with super hydraulics that allow you to just jump and smash other cars, but if you go off the road 1 inch, I mean, it is just instant death for you. It seems like more money was spent in certain parts of R&D than other parts. I'm not putting initials in for that run. That was terrible. All right, I think I'm going to go back before we wrap things up. I will go back to the Commodore version one more time. So let me find this while I'm loading up. Get the Commodore stuff back set up here. Here we go. Here we go. Let's see what we have here. That looks about right. I mentioned at the end of my last stream that I just got this in. Which is the NTSC version of the C64 Maxi. Now it's a little bit of a I don't know that it's a great purchase, to be honest for you. I have my Ultimate 64 right here behind me that's pretty much finished. I have BMC 64 set up on one of the machines up against the wall. I have a Myst in the other corner over there. So I already have a lot of ways to play Commodore 64 games, plus obviously, traditional emulation. And I have my real C64 sitting over here in a box ready to be set up. So I don't really know what need that it fills. But I wanted one, and I kind of wanted to support the company. I mean, I don't know that they're not a small company, but they're definitely not a large company. And boy, you can really tell how sluggish. I think I'm going to do better this time now, just because this one feels so much more sluggish after playing that other one. I mean, it's not sluggish. It's just you can see that the jumps are so much slower and have that really high arc on this one. That it's kind of like when you lift heavy stuff, and then when you lift something light and you feel really strong. It's kind of like that, All right, I'm gonna switch over. Slow down. And pick up. I think I am doing better on this one now because of that. That's what I should have done. I should have played the harder one first. Then I would have looked super awesome when I tried to play this one. But it does seem like on this one, I'll say that the minute you start going in reverse, it's like it triggers a car to come up behind you. Like on the other one, there were times where I felt like I could go backwards a little bit longer. And on this one, boy, the minute you put it in reverse, I'm trying to think of other cars that I can think of that had the ability to just jump. And of course, the only other one that comes to mind right now is the Mach 5, the Speed Racer's car. Okay, get that guy. What do we need left? We need gray. See? Blaster Master, yes. What was the other one? There was one, it started with the letter R. I'm trying to think of it. No, Breakthrough. I think it was called Speed Rumbler. No, maybe it's Breakthrough. I don't know. Here we go. Lord Soup, where do you live that you're in a fiber blackout spot? I have the choice. I currently have regular cable, but my next door neighbor does have AT&T fiber, and so every time that my internet slows down or that things go bad, I threaten to switch us over to fiber. But the unfortunate reality is right now that I can't afford any downtime. So if I was guaranteed, and we all know how internet ISPs are for guaranteeing uptime and repair time and things like that. But if I could, if they could guarantee a smooth switchover, then I actually would probably consider it. But the reality is that my wife works from home right now. I work from home right now. And both of my kids are taking classes online right now. There's the stupid gray one. And so, if I were to turn off the cable modem and switch over to fiber and have something not go smooth, then I'd be in trouble, All right. And who let that guy... your car is so slow to switch between, change directions that it's like it's so heavy. Your car is so heavy that when you do that, there's no... I know I'm going to die right here. Oh, come on. Get up that hill. Oh. It just feels like your car just weighs a ton. And yet it can just jump at will. You like the graphics better on the Commodore one? Commodore sprites, you're kind of limited on the number of colors and things. So the... Hey, Darren Folds, how are you, my friend? Darren is calling in from the chilly Northeast. And by Northeast, I mean Northeast past our borders. What is the temperature up in Canada right now, Darren? I don't like Speed Buggy dancing on my grave every time I die in this stupid game. All right, going all out. All right, I have to be a dummy and ask. I was gonna say, is that -3 Celsius or Fahrenheit? Oh, -10. Jeez Louise. It's a I don't know what the temperature was today here. 40s, 50s. Fahrenheit. Today was Big Trash Day. So in my city, we have a big trash pickup day that is the first. It's like this sounds complicated. It doesn't sound complicated, but I always forget it. But it's the first. Well, it's not the first. I guess it is the first Monday of the month. I guess if I remembered it that way, it'd be much simpler. So like if Tuesday is the first, then you have to wait till the second week. So it's not by the week, it's by the date. But so on the first Monday of every month, they will pick up large amounts of trash if you place them out by your curb. And by large amounts, I think you can have basically the same volume as 6 washers and dryers, or 3 refrigerators. You can put a lot of stuff out there. Of course, they have rules. You can't put commercial building stuff waste out there. One thing I learned at my old house is that you cannot put CRTs. I had some old computer monitors, and I put those out, and they picked up everything else, and then they politely or impolitely, depending on your point of view, set those off to the side, and I had to figure out another way to get rid of those. It's the same thing with thrift stores. Thrift stores won't take CRT monitors anymore. It's kind of that's a good start. Why is my car just made of exploding glass? It's literally... Now I'm gonna get it. No. It's also another... I don't know. I think those are just points, but it's a strange... for a car-themed game, that they would put balloons for you to drive around and pick up. That's kind of an odd... it could be, a wrench or gas cans or... So, yeah, So I had some CRT monitors that were like, oh, I don't know. They were real. I mean, they were like 14-inch monitors. They weren't, 15s or 17s or anything like that. And I had put them out by the curb. And, yeah, they just set them out. We did my wife organizes these Girl Scout garage sales. And the way that it works, it's the most brilliant business plan ever. So if you're ever looking to raise money, you should write this down. You won't need to write it down. It's really simple. They ask for donations, and then they sell the donations, and they keep the money. It's an amazing plan. I mean, when I had to ask to have the plan repeat it to me, because I was like, well, wait a minute now. People give you stuff, and then you sell it, and you keep the money. Yeah. And so it's really, I mean, it's a good fundraiser, and people are happy. You know, it's kind of, I think people see it as like a, couldn't pull that one back in time. I think they see it as a, a spring cleaning thing. They clean out their garage, they donate it, to the Girl Scouts. Girl Scouts sell the stuff, they make the money, and it goes towards, whatever they're raising money to, activities and stuff for the girls. So it's not like they're, getting the money and throwing parties or whatever. But anyway, we haven't done. Let's go to medium. Let's go to hard. Let's. Can I do that? Let's see here. What did I do? Let's go to the hard version and see what the difference is here. Well, first of all, there's just cars everywhere. We moved to a bustling metropolis. Oh, look, there is a car-related item there. But literally, there's not enough room to do anything. Look, I can't. It's going to be difficult to get off this hill and nobody will move. So anyway, back to the story. We collected things for a couple of weeks. We got all these things, and one of the things that was donated to the Girl Scout garage sale was some old computer monitors, which we picked up and got all these things. And then the girls had their garage sale, and I don't want to say obviously, but maybe unfortunately, I guess we would say, they didn't sell. And so the idea of this, at the end of the sale was that we would take all the things to things that didn't sell. We would take them to Goodwill and donate them. And we went to Goodwill, and they would not take the monitors. And so, but we had literally a trailer load full of stuff. I mean, we had all this stuff that Goodwill would benefit from. So I did the honest thing, and when the guy wasn't looking, I pulled all the monitors off, and then I piled a bunch of pillows and clothes and stuff around them. And we finished emptying the trailer, and then I drove off really fast. And so I don't know what Goodwill does with CRT monitors if they won't sell them, but if you go to the Goodwill in Yukon and ask, there's a 18-year-old kid with a bad mustache and a vest, you can ask him what he did with them. They didn't come back to my house, that's all I'm saying. So here we are. I do like how the one car, it looks like that guy, I think it's supposed to look like an engine block just on wheels or whatever, but it looks like he's just wearing glasses. It's a cool look. So the hard level, I mean, I don't know that the road is that much harder, or the flag placement or anything, but I mean, it's just more difficult because there's so many more cars on the road. I do enjoy the theme music to this game, but I gotta tell you, it's a bit repetitive. Coming from a guy that has it playing in his earbuds right now. If you could have any car, drive any car in this game, what car would you drive? You have your choice of, now I guess in one way you would say the obvious answer is, the buggy because it jumps, which, oh no, this is a cool part that the other one didn't have. So, I mean, I guess if you pick the red buggy, but let's say it doesn't jump. So you have a, what looks like a boxy forklift. You could drive a giant engine thing that's wearing glasses. There's a pickup. Ah, man, I was so close. What are we missing? Gray. Gray and dark blue. And see, if I start going up the hill here, yeah, see, I'm not going to have enough speed, I don't think, to get up. Will it continue all the way? Oh, it did. Okay, where is the gray and the blue? I've got to kind of pay attention because I may need to backtrack to grab one of those. Okay, there's the gray one. Okay. Oh, okay. There's a sweet van. You can add that to the list of things you might drive. Oh, no, 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 no. I think I got an extra minute. All right, now we're just looking for this stupid dark blue flag. I'd like to have one of those flag cars come by because, oh, God bless America. Who's laughing now, Speed Buggy? Oh, I guess literally Speed Buggy is laughing now. Well, I think that's about all the up and down I can take. So I can't remember if I've covered this already on Sprite Castle. If not, I may add this to the queue, although there doesn't seem to be a whole lot more you could talk about here. I'm going to look through and see if... I'm just looking through to see if I missed anything in the chat. What would the snack be for up and down for Sprite Castle? I mean, my immediate thing that I would think of would be like a push-up. Like one of those ice cream things or something like that, you know, where you could, because you push, you know, the little thing up. So it kind of reminds me of that. I don't really remember any food associated with the Doom Buggy that I owned. And of course, there's no food in this game. I suppose you could... no, nothing with the balloon either. So, or something that jumps. I guess I could have... weren't we just... I think the Amigos were talking about... or ARG was talking about... chocolate-covered insects and eating grubs and things. So I suppose you could have a chocolate-covered grasshoppers or something. The impossible copyright year. Well, you know what? This is a cracked copy from one of the lots of download locations, and so yeah, they have. I'm sure they've just changed it. 1701, that's a good guess that it could be a cracking group. Let's take a look when this comes back up, if it goes over to the other screen. You know what? We could play some Buggy Boy. Yeah, I do love Buggy Boy. I think the let me go see if I can find it real quick. The thing about Buggy Boy, I actually owned a Buggy Boy arcade cabinet, and again, as I've already mentioned earlier, but that my buddy Jeff is in the chat tonight, and so anytime that I ever say that I owned an arcade cabinet, there's a pretty good chance that he helped me move it. Either into my home backyard arcade or out of the backyard arcade. So there is Buggy Boy here. I did find this. Let me make sure I did that. But before I pull this up. I'm gonna see if I can find something here real quick. My arcade. There we go. Moving games. Okay. This is yeah, this is gonna work. Okay, so let's pull this up here. This is a little bit of show and tell night tonight. Let's throw this over onto the left monitor if we can. And so this is, unfortunately, these are some pictures of as I was emptying out my arcade. That's my dad's trailer there, and these are some of my arcade games. So I moved from a house when I had where I had a building in my backyard, which is unfortunate because now I also have a building in my backyard. But between the two, I lived in a house where I did not have the space for an arcade. And so I tried to sell some of the games, and then the games that didn't sell, I ended up putting into storage. And so this was, there's my one of my Shinobi cabinets. There's my Marvel versus Street Fighter cabinet. But there's my Speed Buggy cabinet. And again, Speed Buggy, I don't know, I haven't tried this in a long time, but there was a long time where Speed Buggy did not work correctly in MAME, and I believe the reason that I read was that it had two different processors on the motherboard, and they ran at different speeds, and so it was something that was just a little too complicated for MAME to handle. But I ran across this Speed Buggy. In fact, I had talked to a MAME developer at one point about mailing him my board so that they could do some different dumps and look at it, but I guess that fell through. But there's my Speed Buggy. There's the Karate Champ cabinet. This was one load of, this must have been the second load, because there's my truck, and that's some more of my cabinets. That was that Turbo Force was actually a Aero Fighters, the vertical shoot 'em up game. What is that? Oh, I think that was a Williams cabinet. Boy, I don't remember. I just had so many of them at the time. This is loading more. You know what? I think these pictures are kind of in reverse. This is my collection's growing instead of going the other way. That is Bucky O'Hare down at the end, which was fun. And then that last one that looks like Miss Pac-Man, or could be either Miss Pac-Man or paint. I think it was something else that had been painted, but mine was actually RoboCop. That was a RoboCop cabinet. I had a million cabinets that, there's my Road Blasters. I forgot about that. And then there's my MAME cabinet, which was in a orange Donkey Kong Jr. Cabinet. But yeah, this was moving stuff into storage. And then this was, these were the games that I hadn't sold at that time. These were, and again, they all came from my backyard. So what do we think about selling all my games? Dummy. I shouldn't have done it. But all right, let's get back over here to what we've got here. And let's... Oh my gosh, that was bad. See what happens when you're clicked on the wrong window. Things have gone off the rails. I'm gonna go with this version here. I loved Road Blasters. My Road Blasters had some sort of I think the Road Blasters is the first one that I ever actually fixed a power supply. When I would say fixed, I mean replaced a power supply on. It was I was having random issues and stuff when it was cold, and I finally tracked it down to being the power supply. So Buggy Boy, if you haven't played it, is a game where you drive a buggy and you're a boy. I made the last part up, but the goal is to collect flags, but you have to collect the flags in a specific order. I'm not going to do unlimited time, and you have to while you're collecting flags for the bonus. I mean, the goal is obviously it's a race, so you have to get from point A to point B. So you have to hold up, if I remember correctly, to accelerate, and the button switches between low and high gear. You've got different courses here that change the the scenery, and of course each course is different. I used to play these so much as a kid that you would have the whole course memorized. All right, let's see here. Alright, so now we're in high gear. And so one of the keys of Buggy Boy is being able to look up and see what color. Oh, no. Gotta get back in low gear. So you can see, okay, I need light blue next. Boy, I'm not doing so good on the steering. Light blue, purple. Now when you get every now and then you'll well, once you get all, something's wrong with this joystick. Is not, this game is not steering as quickly as I remember. There we go. That'll help things. I just have to look a little further down the. Not gonna make it. So I have a bad I always say the only two types of bad memories I have is short-term and long-term. A lot of people say that the Commodore 64 version of this is better than the Amiga version. I don't know. I haven't played enough of the Amiga version, but I sure do like it. So what I would do is try to glance at the flags and remember like 3 at a time. Like, let me get past a rock here. There we go. And then I'm like, okay, you go like light blue, purple, yellow. And then, oh no, yeah, that was bad. And so now I know, what color flags I need to get. Light blue. And then when you get all 5 flags, you go into this little bonus mode where all the flags, every flag is every color. Alright, need yellow, right? Oh no, well, at least I stay on the road there. You don't want to end up in the drink. Alright, what do I need? Oh, purple, yellow, dark blue. I really need to focus on getting to the finish is what I need to do. Let's see if we can do that. If I don't make it to the finish line this time, I'll do that next time. I say if, as it slows down and I go, whoa. Yeah, I'm the same way as far as memory long term, and I forgot the other one. Yeah. The other day, I was sitting in the living room, and I was like, I just started thinking, man, it's time for dinner, and it was like 7 o'clock. It's like after when we normally eat dinner, and I gotta stop running into rocks. And I should have got the time one too. And so anyway, it was late enough for dinner, and I was like, man. And so finally I asked my wife, I was like, man, what are we having for dinner? She's like, yeah, we had whatever. It was like 2 hours ago. Like, we literally just ate. And I was like, oh yeah, we did just eat. And then I was like, yeah, I'm not even hungry. I just was looking at the clock and thinking it was dinner time. Thought I could squeeze by that. Once again, not gonna make it. Like mini games, this is examples of how not to play them. Alright, now it's got personal. I really feel like I feel like a failure. My old channel's a sham. My life is a series of fakes. Alright, let's get it together, O'Hara. Let's get this buggy to the finish line. Focus, focus. And it's not like it's random. I mean, I'm hitting the same rock. I was going to say I hit the same rock on the left every time, and then while I was saying that, I hit the same rock on the left. Yeah, mental discipline, I just don't have it. Okay, so I just realized that you don't have to keep holding up the entire time, like once you've got to a speed. So I've been trying to steer this entire time using diagonal, and I think this is going to make it easier. And I think I won't hit any more. Oh. Yeah, not going to do it again. Oh, I knew it! I had faith in me all along. Nobody talk. No chatting allowed. Till I get to the end. Okay, you can... Oh, look, there's another buggy. Oh, that buggy's on fire. Okay, so I just got all the flags, and as you can see, while that's lighting up, the more flag. So any of the flags, I mean, while they're flashing, any flag works as any color. I remember the first, oh, there's the soccer ball, which is fun to hit. I remember as a kid playing this in the arcade, and the first time I hit hit a little rock and went up on 2 wheels, I just thought that was the coolest thing. I don't know that I played Enduro Racer on the Commodore 64. I know that I played it on the Atari 2600, but you know, it's like after about the 18th time you would think that I would know there's going to be rocks coming up, but oh boy. All right, we're going to try a different track. And for all my friends, Darren and everyone else in the far north, we're going to be racing in the north. You guys will have to let me know if this reminds you of home here. I suppose I should have started with... Oh! Whoops. Alright. We are cooked with grease now. Look at that. Clears that. I was just about to say it would help me if there was like a map to show me what was coming up. I forgot there's a map right there. Alright, we'll take that a little bit of extra time, seeing as that I've hit every obstacle. A little bit more extra time. Let's get away from those rocks. Ah, I thought on the 2 wheels I could squeeze around that guy. I mean, I'm going to need a lot of extra time and flags between now and the end. I want those points. I want those points. I want my records back. Well, let me see what else here. Oh, we went to the north. Let's go to the east. The east. So let's see what this is. Is this the far east? Are those pyramids? That's further east. That's further east than I thought we were going to be in Boston. Oh. Yeah, that's pretty far east. There used to be an old comedian named Judy Tenuta, and I guess she's not really around anymore, but I had her cassette tape when I was a kid. I would listen to it over. Oh, you crash when you're on two wheels and you hit the tree. I didn't know that. And anyway, Judy Tenuta used to do a bit about meeting this redneck guy. And she said, oh, yeah, I forgot about this in this level. Look at this. Let's get up on these. This is Boat. His favorite thing is berms in games. There's a berm for him. Yeah, Judy Tenuta used to do this thing, and she said, I met this guy who's from the real far south, like El Salvador, which is pretty far south. I mean, that's not just being from the south. And so we went, I wonder what the West, isn't that way? I mean, if the East was pyramids, when you say the West is us? Oh, yeah, Judy Tenuta. Judy Tenuta. Oh, I forgot. That's going to kill me. I'm not so good at learning from the mistakes. Judy Tenuta married Emo Phillips, which I know that, comedians aren't doing their onstage persona, 24/7, right? But that just seems like a dinner party I would like to get invited to. Emo Phillips and Judy Tenuta invite you over. I'd like to, you know whose dinner party I would like to get invited to? Would be Andrew Dice Clay's. And then you would show up late. And he's like, hey, are you late? I was like, almost an hour. Back. Get it? Back. Hour. I was an hour late. Back. Get it? Back. Hour? That's a joke for one person on this channel right now. And I hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I think if you hung out with comedians, you know why you shouldn't hang out with comedians? Not because you met Emo Phillips. Pat Billy met Emo Phillips. I follow. There's I got a lot of things that run through my mind real quick. The first thing I'll say is that there's not that many celebrities that I follow on Twitter because a lot of celebrities just use Twitter for marketing and stuff, but Emo Phillips is one that I follow. Pee Wee Herman is one, and on occasion I've had some of those people like answer or respond to a tweet or whatever, and boy, do you feel like you're famous. I mean, I remember the time that Pee Wee Herman retweeted, or you know what, I posted something about I used to do a thing every Thanksgiving where I would post on my Facebook page and send out an open invite for Thanksgiving, and I didn't do that this year because of COVID. But I have done that in the past. I've gone on my Facebook page and posted an open invite and says, if anybody doesn't have Thanksgiving plans or someone to eat with or somewhere to go, then come to my house. And I don't know how this happened, but I posted it on Twitter. I mean, I know how that part happened. And but it got retweeted or something, and Penn Jillette from Penn and Teller responded and said he might drop by. And spoiler, he lives over 1,000 miles away and he did not drop by. But that would have been a shocker if he had. I would have enjoyed that. And I would say, he would say, how come you're eating so late? I'd say, well, because it's a different time zone. You got to set your clock back an hour. Back? Get it? Back? An hour? Back? Oh, there's the soccer ball. I mean, I'm going to keep doing that joke until Pinback references it. More of a Bill Hicks. I can't stand Bill Hicks. I've tried so many times to watch Bill Hicks, and I just I don't get him. Who else? We see Bill Burr. I like Bill Burr. Dave Attell. I saw Dave Attell live. Dave Attell is hilarious. Richard Pryor. You know, it's some of those old comedians, like the things that I thought were so funny. I have tried to like show my kids and stuff. Oh, this is this is the South, but I guess this is the South Pacific. That's how far south we are. So this is really, I mean, when it says, you know, gives directions like, hey, we're going to go to the south on this one. Although I'm surprised it's not the South Pole, because the directions on this game are so, I mean, the east, we ended up in Egypt. All right, let's come on now. Oh, brick wall. All I know is that there's another buggy in the wall. We don't need no random fences. Should have got that time thing. It's funny because when I look up, like right now I have 10 seconds left, and oh, I would need like another 45 minutes. Oh. Can he do it, folks? Oh. Why? I would really like to talk to the designer of this racetrack in real life. Of the guy that was like, well, who did we hire to go clean up? You know, we're getting a lot of complaints of driftwood and giant boulders. Oh, that was not good. Like, I feel like the quality of the racetrack leaves a little bit to be desired. Just a few too many boulders, driftwood, and brick walls that have been. Can you imagine watching NASCAR? I mean, I could just leave it at that, but can you imagine watching NASCAR and just coming around and be like, oh, he comes around the corner and there's a brick wall that's been left in the middle of the track. Not funny, Buggy. Not that funny. What's my take on Mitch Hedberg? Top 5 comedian of all time. Can we go? Oh yeah, and you know what? Well, Jeff was over the other day, and we were watching a collection of clips, and we saw just a little thing pop up of Sam Kinison, and we both went, "Oh!" My parents saw Sam Kinison live. I was too young to go, and turn this. Get this back to the menu just so it's not so loud. Yeah, they went and they said, well, you can, you'll be old enough, you can go next time he's in town. Wah, wah. I passed on seeing Nirvana. And I was like, I'll go see him next year when they come through. Wah, wah. What can you do? So, Bob Goldthwait's okay. I mean, some of his stuff. I mean, in the early days, he would do so much stuff that was difficult to understand him. I saw George Carlin live, and we saw him. And this is kind of a funny story, but. George Carlin, literally, a lot of people call Oklahoma the buckle of the Bible Belt. And he did a couple of religious jokes, that were where Southern Baptists were the punchline. and someone walked out of the theater we were in, the amphitheater, and pulled a fire alarm. And so the side effect of that is that immediately when you pull, Gilbert Gottfried is the funniest person on the planet. They pulled the fire alarm, and the first thing it does is it immediately cuts the PA system, so that the performance will stop, so that they can make announcements, and then the performance will, they'll quit doing the show or whatever. And so people didn't know, first of all, if it was a false alarm or not. So some people walked out, some people stayed in their seats. I got out of my seat. I went out, and it just so happens that I'm friends with a guy who, my friend Andy, who is a fireman, and his friend, who I know through the fire department, Tom, was there at working, I guess, volunteering as a paramedic, and nobody could find the keys, and he was looking for the keys to unlock the box to reset the fire alarm, but he told us it was a false alarm to hang around. And so we went back in the auditorium, and nobody could find the keys to the office to turn the PA back on. And so he stood, we were, in a balcony watching George Carlin. We were so far away, and he stood on the stage yelling jokes because the microphone system didn't work. And eventually they got everything turned back on. And then he said something to the effect, I don't remember the exact words, but something to the effect of, I guess, these guys that crucified people, they can't take a joke themselves, or something like that. And someone else pulled a fire alarm, and then that was the end of the show. The lockpick kit was not at the show with me. That could have helped. But next time we get together, this is, of course, for Jeff, but next time we're with Andy, we'll have to ask him if Tom ever shared that story. But yeah. So Jeff and I both have lockpick kits. We both are. I think Jeff has been doing it longer than I have. We're both amateur lockpicks, and for my birthday this year, Jeff got me some different, I guess you call them master keys to different things. One goes to pretty much works in every office, like every desk in our whole office. It's like a master key, and so you could just put it in there. And I did years ago at work. We had a display cabinet upstairs. It was right outside the elevator when you walked out. And for April Fools, it's like one of these things that it's just somebody decided it should be there when the elevators open up, and they put in these certificates, and it's stuff that's been in there for 20 years, or longer. And so the night before April Fools, I went to work and I picked the lock and I opened it up and I put a bunch of Star Wars stuff in there. I thought it would be funny. And I put like there was a little model of a airplane that was in there, and I took it out and I put a X-Wing fighter in there and just changed things around, And the next day when I came to work, people were freaking out, and it turned out that nobody had the key for that cabinet, and that's why that stuff had been in there for so long, was because nobody could open it and get that stuff out of there. And they were afraid that it was going to be in there, I guess forever or something. And so I just kind of played innocent. And then late that night, I went back up there and unlocked it, got all my stuff back out, which was the plan anyway, and put it back how it was, and then relocked it. So, and that's how it sits today. I still don't think anybody ever got a key. If they need a locksmith, I'll stick my card up there. So. Well, guys, we played a little bit of Buggy Boy. We played some Up and Down on the Commodore 64, and we played Up and Down on the arcade. So we had a fun night. I did, and we got up to a little rough start, but things eventually got on the track. So we had kind of a fun night playing Dune Buggy games. So thanks to everybody. Holy cow, I just checked all the users in the chat, and I will... run down these, but we've got, and by the way, you should feel honored when I butcher your name. When I go through. Yeah, hey, we need spread the word that my set Twitch time that I'll be doing every week is, and this is Central Time, but Wednesday at 8 p.m. And so Pinback has been helping me. I've got to get to 50 followers, because when I get to 50 followers, Pinback is going to start giving me the fake money that he has collected, the fake bits. And so that's the whole goal. So we got to get it up there to where we could get the fake bits donated to the show. It's all about the fake bits. And I'll be giving away a brand new car. What are the odds of that happening? Not good. I will not be giving away a car, but who knows? I might. We'll do some sort of contest. We'll do something fun. But Wednesday night at 8 p.m. So yeah, you know what? I got some unopened Star Wars Hot Wheels. I have some of those laying around. Do I have any other cars? I don't know that I have any cars. I'm looking around. I have an entire room full of toys here, so there's no telling what's in here. But so anyway, yeah, spread the word. We could get people on. I'll be giving away an animated GIF of a car. So if you want to spread the word, Wednesday at 8 p.m. we're hoping to break the 50 subscriber ceiling. It's the glass ceiling for me is 50 subscribers. So it is GIF. So you know what? I gave you. We were okay on Gilbert Gottfried. We were okay on everything else. You know what? The guy who invented it says it's GIF. So I'm sticking with him. So, guys, thanks everybody. And I believe that is Aiton, a 10. Maybe he's a 10. I see Chris Albright in there, Commander Root, Dwight Schrute, which could possibly be one of my kids also. They're big fans of The Office. Extra More, Fluffy, a kit, a dog. Go with him. One of my favorite people, How Get Mod. I never have an answer, but I see Curtis in there. I see Let's Do This in there. Mr. Gornfeld, Lord Soup. You're going to have to tell me how to say Missinity, because I've seen you come in multiple times, and I know I'm butchering your name. Peck Billy. Of course, Pinback, 1010, the secretive and mysterious 1010, and the one and only, quote unquote, my buddy Jeff as Steel Rat 666. So, thank you everybody for showing up, and hopefully I will see you guys again. I don't know what we're going to play Wednesday night, but it will be something spectacular. So thanks everybody for dropping by, and I will see you in a couple of days.